Hello my dear students, welcome once again to Zenith Academy Online. Today we are going to cover up the second part of transformation of sentences and let's enjoy learning English. Now as we have seen in the first part, types of sentences are based on the structure and based on meaning. Based on structure have already been completed. In this video we are going to see the sentences based on meaning. Based on meaning, the sentences are divided into four main parts: assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative and exclamatory, where assertive sentence is again subdivided into affirmative and negative. Let's move ahead and study these parts in detail. Now, first is assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is a simple sentence which conveys a particular meaning or idea, but remember, assertive sentence can be positive or negative. Assertive sentence is a sentence that makes assertion or declaration about any particular noun. Examples: the Earth is a small planet in the solar system. Now this is a declaration. It is a fact. We cannot change it. Wrong attitude will not lead you to success. Here we see that the first sentence is positive. The second sentence is negative, where negative word or negation not is used. Assertive sentences are categorized as I said, affirmative. Affirmative is positive sentence. Affirmative sentence denotes presence of something and it is a positive sentence. Here if we say the Earth is a small planet in the solar system, so we are talking about something that is present. That is why it is a affirmative sentence. Affirming, agreeing to something. Let's see the examples. Tom has a luxurious car. Here Tom has a luxurious car. Now which car, that is not necessary to mention. He has. It is showing presence of a car with Tom. Indians believe in democracy. So this sentence is showing belief. It is agreeing that Indians believe in democracy, and that is why this is an affirmative sentence. The next one is negative sentence. Now negative sentence denotes negation or absence of something, always using words like no, not, never, neither, nothing, words that show negation. Example: human existence is not possible without water. Here we are disagreeing that human existence is not possible without water. No one listens to a fool. Again the word no is used over here. No one listens to a fool. The basic idea is that one shows agreement. It is a positive sentence called as affirmative sentence. The other one shows absence or disagreement, negation. It is a negative sentence, and mainly you can observe and tell because of the words no, not, never, etc. Let's move ahead. This is something very important. Now why it is important? Because mostly you get questions of transforming affirmative sentence into negative and negative into affirmative. So these are a few rules or basic things that you should remember while doing so. A negative sentence should contain words like no, not, never, nothing, no one, etc. The tense should always remain the same while interchanging. This we have seen in part 1 also. The tense of the sentence should not be changed. The meaning should remain the same when you are transforming the positive sentence into negative. You just don't blindly have to put the word not over there, because if you put the not without changing the main word, the meaning changes. This you will understand when we see the examples. Use prefixes like un, in, im to form affirmative sentence. For example, if you have word like not perfect, so you have to remove the word not and write imperfect. So you should be very well versed with the antonyms, opposites. Also words like hardly, little, avoid, keep aloof, etc. can be used while changing from affirmative to negative or negative to affirmative. You must be well versed with your antonyms, that is opposite words. You should know what is the opposite of perfect, what is the opposite of important, etc. Because if you don't know the opposite words, you won't be able to transform these sentences. Let's see the examples. Interchange of affirmative and negative sentence. I have never forgotten it. Here, immediately we can see that this is a negative sentence because the word never is present. Now, it says that I have never forgotten it. Now, never forgotten means I have remembered it. So, you should know that the opposite of forgotten is remembered. And the sentence becomes, I have always remembered it. The opposite of forgotten is remembered. The opposite of never is always. The meaning does not change. Also, the tense does not change because forgotten is in past tense, even remembered is in past tense. Next one is, he detected nothing. Detected is again in past tense. Nothing is used. So, nothing is a word of negation. It is a negative sentence. So, it becomes, he hardly detected anything. The opposite of nothing is anything. And he detected nothing. So, here we are adding the word hardly. Because if I say he detected anything does not make any sense. He hardly detected anything means he detected nothing. I was doubtful whether it was you. Now this is a positive sentence because there is no word of negation over here. No, not, never, such words are not used. So interchange means we have to convert the affirmative sentence into negative. We will have to add a negative word. But where we will add and what word we will change? Let's see. I was not sure if it was you. I was doubtful. Doubtful, when do you have a doubt? When you are not sure about anything. So the opposite of doubtful, not sure is used over here. The tense is not changed. I was. The tense remains the same. It is in past tense. Next one is, she wants everything that she sees. She wants everything that she sees. This is again an affirmative sentence. So negative word has to be used over here. She does not wish to leave anything that she sees. Now she wants and want to leave. Opposite of want is you let go away the particular thing or leave it. So she wants everything. She does not wish to leave anything. The opposite of everything is anything. That she sees remains the same. Next is, every act of Lincoln was very honest. This is again an affirmative sentence. Now here we will have to use the opposite of the word honest. No act of Lincoln was without honesty. Now we can use no act of Lincoln was dishonest. That is also correct. And without honesty, we have changed the form of the noun. Without means every act was with honesty and no act was without honesty. The meaning does not change. Every, the opposite of word every is no. You haven't completed your homework. Now at first glance you do not see not. Why? Because have not has been combined. So do not get confused when you see such sentences. You have not completed your homework means you have failed to complete your homework. Instead of saying something else, we have directly removed the word not, and instead of completed, we have added failed to complete. Now here completed is changed to complete using the word infinitive form of the verb complete. Let's move ahead. Now second type of sentence based on meaning is interrogative sentence. Interrogative itself means questioning. When you question somebody is you interrogate somebody. So interrogative sentence means the sentence which asks question. Who are you? Do you want anything? Did she really work hard for their exams? Now all these interrogative sentences can easily be identified with a question mark. Also, when you are transforming any simple sentence or affirmative sentence into interrogative sentence, do not forget to put the question mark. Otherwise, it won't be considered as an interrogative sentence. Now, interrogative sentence can be positive or negative, and they are classified into two main types. First one is WH questions. WH questions are questions which have answers. Also, and the second type are yes or no types of questions. Let's see in detail. WH questions. They begin with interrogative pronouns. When we study pronouns, we are studying a part of pronouns as interrogative pronouns, which words which ask question: what, where, how, whom, whose. All such words are called as interrogative pronouns, and these are also called as WH words. Or begin with interrogative adverbs where, when, why, how. Or begin with interrogative adjectives which, whose, where. Now, when we study parts of speech, verb, adjective, pronoun, etc., we get well versed with how these words can be used as adjective, adverb or pronoun. That we can study in another part of the video. Also, answer to such question is always a complete sentence. For example, if I ask, how are you doing? It cannot be, the answer cannot be in yes or no. It has to be, I am fine. Yes, I am fine, thank you. Or no, I am not good. Something. It is a complete sentence. Where does he study? So, it has to be like he studies in England, he studies in Mumbai. It cannot be a yes-no type of question. So, always remember, WH question starts with these words and the answer of the questions is a complete sentence. Next one transforms assertive sentences into WH questions. Now in exam, you get questions like form WH questions out of the given sentence, where the particular word, it might be a noun, adjective, verb, will be highlighted in the sentence and you have to form a question in which the particular highlighted word should be the answer of your question. Let's see. My sister makes breakfast for the family. Here the noun sister is highlighted. So when you form the WH question of this assertive sentence, the sister should be the answer of that question. So the question becomes, who makes breakfast for the family? Who? You are asking the question, who makes breakfast? So answer is, my sister makes the breakfast. Next one is, Mary milked the cow. Now milked is the verb, the process of milking the cow. So Mary milked the cow. So the question becomes, what did Mary do? So the answer you get over here is milked. What Mary did? Mary milked the cow. The next one is, they went to Calcutta. Now Calcutta is a place. So what question it will become? Where did they go? Now also see, went becomes go, because where did they go? This is the question in the past form and the answer will become, they went to Calcutta. All these transformation of verbs you will more easily understand when you refer our video on verbs. She was late because she missed the train. Now because is the word giving us a reason why she was late. So the question also will become, why was she late? She was late because she missed the train. Why? The answer of the WH question why is given by because. It is a reason. Seema likes books of fairy tales. Now the highlighted verb over here is fairy tales. So the question becomes, which books Seema likes? Which books does Seema like? It is an adjective form of the pronoun which. It is highlighting on which kind of books Seema like. It is fairy tales. Also remember, in the entire sentence, any word can be highlighted of which you have to make the WH question. Let's move ahead. The second part of interrogative sentences, yes or no questions. Now when you say yes no questions, they always start with an auxiliary verb like am, is, are, was, were, has, etc. All these are auxiliary verbs. For example, are you happy? Such kind of questions. The answer to a positive question is generally no, and the answer to a negative question is generally yes. This you will more detail understand when we see the examples. General form of the assertive sentence is subject plus verb. Assertive sentence, simple sentence. But general form of a interrogative sentence becomes verb, subject plus question mark. Do not forget the question mark. For example, am I happy? I am happy is the general assertive sentence. It declares that I am happy. But when you transform this general assertive sentence into interrogative sentence, it becomes am I happy? The verb am comes in the first position. That is why the format is verb plus subject plus question mark. Let's solve a few examples of transforming assertive sentence into interrogative sentence. Assertive sentences, he is ready. This is declaring that he is ready. So interrogative sentence becomes is he ready? The verb is, helping verb is comes in the first part of the sentence. Verb plus subject plus question mark. The next one is we were defeated. Again, this is declaring that we were defeated. So interrogative sentence becomes were we defeated? The question is we were answer will be we were defeated. Now when you only see these sentences, the answer in general conversation, the answer of these questions would be yes or no. Is he ready? The answer might be yes or no. Were we defeated? Yes or no. It does not require an entire sentence. The next one is we have finished the work. So the interrogative form will be have we finished the work? So in all these sentences you observe the verb comes in the first part of the sentence and the subject is shifted to the second part. They had cut the tree. Had they cut the tree? Question mark. He plays football. Does he play football? Plays becomes does he play. You kicked him. Did you kick him? They work hard. Do they work hard? These form of do, did and does also would be better understood when we study verbs and tenses. But do remember that always when we are transforming from assertive to interrogative, the first part of the sentence will be verb. Interrogative sentence will always have verb as the first part and subject will be shifted on the second part. Do not forget the question marks. Now the next type of sentence based on meaning is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence is a sentence that expresses a command, request, entreaty, desire or instruction. These are called as imperative sentences. Get out from here. This is a command. Complete the work and report to me. Instruction. Have mercy on us. We are pleading. Take 2 tablets twice a day. Again, this is an advice or instruction. Please get me something to drink. It is a request. So all these type of sentences which display any emotion are called as imperative sentence. The subject you is understood in imperative sentence. Now this is specially mentioned over here. Why? Because get out from here. So the subject whom I am talking to, you get out of here. So you need not be mentioned. You has to be understood over here. Let's move ahead and see a few examples of transforming imperative sentence to assertive sentence. This also can be reversed. Whatever we transform over here, the assertive sentence can always be transformed back into imperative sentence. Please help me. This is a request. So when we transform this imperative sentence into assertive sentence, it becomes I request you to help me. The word please, which shows request, will be removed and I request you to help me. Please help me. Here the subject you need not be mentioned, but when we are transforming into assertive, you has to be mentioned because I am requesting you to help me. The next one is do the work quickly. So here you should do the work quickly. Always remember should is majorly used over here. Do not run in the sun. Now this is again an advice. So you should not run in the sun. The advice given in a more polite form. Let him come in. Now here him is mentioned, means the subject you is not understood. So while transforming also we have to use the same subject him. He should come in. kindly fill up the form. So here it will be, you are requested to fill up the form. This is a general statement used whenever we are asked to fill up a form. So when we transform it into assertive, it will become, you are requested to fill up the form. Also, when we see public places, they are, please do not litter. So please do not litter is an imperative sentence, which when transformed into assertive becomes, you are requested not to litter. Types of sentences based on meaning. The last type and the most easiest type is exclamatory sentence. Now identification of exclamatory sentence is very easier because it has an exclamatory mark, obviously, and also it displays feelings or emotions. A sentence that expresses sudden feeling or emotion is called an exclamatory sentence. Always exclamatory sentences, they display emotions like happiness, tragedy, sadness, anything, and is always followed by a exclamation mark. Examples: what a melodious voice, when you are overwhelmed by listening to someone's voice. Alas, she is gone. This shows grief of somebody that has gone away. Ah, what a tragedy. Again, this is expressing grief or sadness. Let's see how you can transform exclamatory sentences into assertive and assertive back to exclamatory. What a generous man Mr. Tony is. So this becomes, Mr. Tony is a generous man. Simple statement without showing any expression. But when you say, what a generous man Tony is, so it shows your feelings, your expressions. It expresses a lot more than this simple assertive sentence. The next one is, how beautiful the rose is. We are describing the beauty of rose. We are enchanted by it. So it shows our expression that how beautiful the rose is. This will be transformed into, the rose is very beautiful. It can be said in a very subtle and plain manner also. The rose is very beautiful. But it does not express what you actually feel about the rose. Oh, how the entire family perished in fire. Now this is conveying grief. It is actually showing how much you grieve about the family. Whereas in assertive sentence, the entire family perished in fire looks very plain. It does not display any emotion. Always remember to remove the exclamatory mark. Oh, I wish of those riches. Now this is describing my wish. And it would be, I wish I was very rich. Now I wish I was very rich does not describe how much I crave to become rich. Whereas, oh, I wish of those riches always displays, or it conveys that I wish to become very rich. That road, how stinky it was. It actually shows disgust and frustration. But when I plainly say that road was very stinky, it is not showing any particular kind of expression or disgust about that road. Whereas when you use exclamation and exclamatory words, it actually conveys your feelings and emotions. And that is why it is said that exclamatory sentences are used to convey feelings and emotions. So my dear students, I hope the entire part of transformation of sentences based on structure and based on meaning and transforming it from one form to another is very clear with you all. I hope you have liked our video. Please do share it with your friends and press the like button, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned on Zenith Academy Online. Thank you.